Premier League Predictor. Oi, oi, Premier League Predictor. Premier League Predictor. If this video gets 100,000 views, I make an official theme song for next season. Anyway, welcome back to Premier League Predictor, the series where I take on you guys in predicting the Premier League results. And most of the time we do pretty badly. However, this week is very high scoring. I was Mr. Consistent this week. I got 9 game week total points, taking my season total over 200 to 207 points in total. We got some decent results in there. We got the Man City Fulham game spot on. Other than that, just a couple of results here and there. But yeah, not too bad at all. And I thought 9 points would be enough to get me in the top 3. But as you're about to see, it wasn't. So yeah, a very high scoring week for the squad in game week 34. Annie comes top with 13 points. Wilf with 12 and Jacklius with 11. Ben with 10, myself with 9, and then Stuyven down with 6 points. But overall, very well played, everybody. If you guys think you've got what it takes to be on the leaderboard next week, all you've got to do is put your predictions in the comments of this video and you'll automatically be entered to find yourself on the leaderboards. Well, if you get your predictions right, that is. Every single week, I feel like the majority of Premier League fans are going to be rooting for whichever team playing against Manchester City. This week it will be Leeds. But unfortunately for us, I do think it's a formality now. We're just going to be finishing off these last few game weeks to see City lift the title. Although if you think back about what? 3, 4, 5 months ago, we were saying that they were all going to get done for financial fair play. Where has that investigation gone exactly? Investigation probably should have finished before the end of this season because you could be robbing another team of a title. But hey ho, there we go. Let's move on to the predictions, shall we? Bournemouth and Chelsea are 12th, 13th in the league. Chelsea's form, they've lost 4 out of 4 of their last games, which is really quite poor. Bournemouth have actually done pretty well. With that being said, they've won 4 of their last 5 games. I've actually gone for a 2-2 draw. I think I might have got this wrong, you know. I reckon Bournemouth might win this, but I'm going to stick to my prediction because I can't be bothered to remake the graphics. So we're going for 2-2 and we'll have to see how that finishes. As I said, I think Manchester City versus Leeds United is going to be a formality. We are just seeing out the fixtures until the end of the season where I do think Man City will lift another title. Hopefully they don't win the treble. It's up to Man United to beat them in the Cup, or it's Real Madrid, I believe, in the Champions League. So fingers crossed that happens and they do get thrown out of both of those competitions, but they will beat Leeds. I've gone for 2-0 to Man City and Haaland probably to score both of them. Wolves have been grinding out some decent results recently, and I do believe they only probably need 1 more point to guarantee survival in the Premier League this season. So I have gone for them to get it against Villa. Not what Villa fans want to hear because they're pushing for a European spot, but I think they will drop points against Wolves. I've gone for 1-1 just solely because I feel like Wolves are really going to grind out just 1 more result and they'll be safe. A team that need to return to form are Tottenham, and I think they're going to take advantage of Aston Villa dropping points against Wolves and they're going to get the win against Crystal Palace. I've gone for a 2-1 win. Crystal Palace don't need to worry about anything else this season now. They're pretty settled in the mid-table section of the Premier League. So I've gone for 2-1 to Tottenham, and I think that they're going to make the most out of Aston Villa dropping points. With Tottenham getting that win, Liverpool will need to make sure that they get maximum points from their game to ensure that they're still in that Europa League spot. Fingers crossed they do so because I think that they're more deserved of it for the second half of this season than Spurs are. I've gone for Liverpool to beat Brentford 2-1. It is a big test. Brentford have played very well this season, tailed off towards the end of the campaign, but for the majority did do very well. So I've gone for 2-1, but Brentford could cause an upset here. Arsenal need to win every single game for the rest of this campaign if they're going to have any chance of putting pressure on Man City until the last game of the season. I think it would be better for all of us if Man City win this season with a couple of games to go. So I've actually put them to drop points against Newcastle. I've gone for 1-1. Newcastle, I believe, are actually, yeah, they've got very good form at the moment, having only lost 1 of their last 5 games. They're only behind United, Liverpool and Man City in the form guide currently. And I just feel that Newcastle United probably deserve to hold on to this 3rd place spot, and getting a point up against Arsenal in this draw is definitely going to show that they deserve it. So I've gone for 1-1. That's not to say that United won't put a bit of pressure on Newcastle. If Man United actually win their game in hand, they will leapfrog Newcastle and go into third. So United will have to drop points by the end of this season if Newcastle are wanting to finish in third place. I don't think they're going to drop points at West Ham though. I've gone for 1-0 to Manchester United, as you saw against Man City just the other night. West Ham really did grind out a result for half a game, and then Man City just put their foot on the gas a little bit more and they were able to steamroll through in the second half. I think that's probably going to be the case here. West Ham United will hold Man United for a long time, but then Man United will find that goal to make sure they get the win. Just so you guys are aware, I'm making these predictions on Thursday, but before Man United versus Brighton. So if Man United have had like 5 injuries against Brighton, including like Casemiro, David De Gea and Marcus Rashford, I don't know about it. So if that's happened, then we're probably going to lose to West Ham. Fulham are on a bad run of 3 defeats currently. They come up against Leicester, who have grinded out 5 points over the last 3 matches. And they're much needed points because Leicester are currently, in theory, joint 18th on points. Goal difference is what's keeping them out of the relegation zone currently. They come up against Fulham here, and I feel like Leicester City is a Premier League club. I do not want to see Leicester City go down. I feel like they've had bad fortunes as of late and haven't been playing the football that I think their fans believe they can play. And I do think they will lose some key players in the summer, unfortunately for them, including potentially Tielemans and Maddison. But they shouldn't go down. They're not a team that should be playing their football in the Championship. And I've gone for Leicester to get a result against Fulham to try and help them secure Premier League football next season. I've gone for 3-1 to Leicester away from home at Fulham. It's probably a little bit of a rogue prediction, but I kind of desperately want them to stay in the Premier League. Brighton could finish 5th if they win all of their games in hand. However, I'm pretty sure that Brighton's fixtures after Everton are pretty hard. So if they're going to want to sneak into Europa League or the Conference League, they're going to need to make sure they win this game and hopefully get a couple of points from their difficult fixtures towards the end of the season. So I've gone for them to win 3-0 against Everton. I think that this actually might be the week that Everton fans start coming to terms with the fact that they might get relegated, and it will be the week that Ben genuinely streaks through the streets naked because he is that excited to see Everton go down. Not on him, by the way, I mean go down to the Championship. Nottingham Forest are currently sat 18th, Southampton 20th, and Nottingham Forest are only 6 points ahead. Now, they've all played the same amount of games, so there's no games in hand here. But I do think if Southampton win this game, the pressure starts piling on Nottingham Forest, Leeds United, Leicester City, potentially even West Ham getting drawn into this battle at some point. But Southampton are going to have to win a large amount of their remaining games. And you know what? I'm going to look at their fixture list now. So their fixtures to finish off this season: Nottingham Forest, Fulham, Brighton, Liverpool. Now, Brighton and Liverpool, you would hazard a guess Southampton are getting nothing. Can they get 6 points from Nottingham Forest and Fulham? There's a chance. There is a chance they can get 6 points from here. It will be difficult. The game against Fulham in particular will be hard for them. But if Southampton got 6 points, they're suddenly level with Nottingham Forest, Leeds, Leicester. And looking at their goal difference, depending on results elsewhere, they could end up with a better goal difference than Leeds. Southampton fans, I'm trying to find some reason of hope for you guys right now, but I'm going to put it out there that I think Southampton get a result here and start piling the pressure on other teams. I've gone for 1-0 to Southampton against Nottingham Forest, and I believe that they're a Premier League club, so maybe I'm wishing this into existence. Jeez, I needed to cough throughout that whole bit. So here are my Game Week 35 Matters predictions for the Premier League. We've got Bournemouth to draw 2-2 with Chelsea, Man City to win 2-0 against Leeds, Wolves and Aston Villa to draw 1-1, Tottenham to win 2-1 against Crystal Palace, Liverpool to win 2-1 against Brentford, Newcastle and Arsenal to draw 1-1, West Ham United to lose 1-0 to Man United, Leicester City to get a 3-1 away win at Fulham, Brighton to win 3-0 against Everton, and Southampton to win 1-0 away against Nottingham Forest. So there we have it. That's the end of Premier League Predictor for another week. I believe we've only got, what? Game week 36, 37, 38. 3 more Premier League predictors for this season. Sad times indeed. We will do a bonus episode at the end, doing the final results from the final week, and also doing the overall results of the whole season to see who has had the best predictions this season. So it could be interesting. It could be interesting. I think I've got a slight suspicion who I think's going to be up the top, but we will have to wait and see. I can tell you now, it's not me. It's definitely not me, but we'll have to wait and see who it is. Keep predicting, because every single point you get up until the end of the season could count. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I know content on the channel is slow at the moment. I'm very much just doing Premier League Predictor, and I think that that's where it's going to wind down to. I've had someone asking me to do potential podcasts and other stuff, so I might look into doing that. Let me know if you'd like that by hitting a like on this video. And yeah, stuff might come to the channel at some point, but for now, it's just Premier League Predictor. It's just a bit of fun each week. I hope you guys like it. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. My baby don't mess around because she loves me so, and this I know for sure. Huh!